Shalom. All praise be Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the GMS, who rule well, Brakatan Ali Akim, that's out there on the four corners of the globe, pushing this truth and all truth and sincerity and strength to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This GMS Stop and Listen, Preach Cal, the lesson, this lesson it will be over this word I came across. It's called conformity, right? And when I Googled that word conformity, it was the definition is compliance with standards, rules, or laws, conformity to regulations, behavior in accordance with social accepted conventions or statutes, right? Compliance with the practices, right? So when you look the word conformity up, is when you read that definition, Israel, we've always conformed to these other nations' rules, laws, and regulations. Israel has its own regulations they go by. You know, the Lord said this in Exodus 23:2, right? He said, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shall thy speak in the cause to decline after many to wrestle judgment." So he said, don't follow a multitude to do evil, right? Don't conform to something somebody else is doing, because it's easy to follow the in crowd, right? It's easy to do that, you know, to follow the wicked. Just because the wicked is doing something, that don't mean you got to do it. Because Israel don't remember, we are the greatest people on the planet. So for you to conform to someone else's standard, then you're dropping your standards of who you are as a royal people, right? So don't follow that multitude to do evil, to do mischief. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will see you, you know. It says, neither shall thy speaking cause to decline after any that wrestle judgment. Meaning, don't you take sides with the majority. You know, don't take sides with the majority in an account where there might be wrong judgment, right? Israel has its laws, statutes, commandments that we're governed by. You know, our laws, our statutes, our commandments. You want to be with those other nations, other gods, and comply to their standards, then you don't supposed to do that. Basically, just don't do it, man. Stay with what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai gave you. What he mapped out for you is the right way. You know, Deuteronomy, I think it's Deuteronomy 12:29. It says, when the Lord Yahweh thy power shall cut off the nations from before thee, whether thou goest to possess them, and thou shalt succeedest them and dwellest in their land. Verse 30, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them, that you don't be caught up in a trap, man, that you don't be thrust through by following them. It says, after that they be destroyed from before thee, in that thou inquire not after their gods. So he said, inquire not, meaning what? Don't seek after their gods. Don't seek for the care of their gods. Don't consult in them. You know, don't try to figure out what they doing. You know, and it says, not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Question. Even so will I do likewise. So He's telling you don't follow them. The because you'll get caught up. He said, take heed that thou be not snared by following them. Right? Don't try to don't follow their customs. Don't follow none of the examples of their customs. Because it's easy you'll be drawn into these idolatrous practices, man. And that's what jaded them into. They into Islam, Buddha, Scientology, Hinduism, right? They follow Caesar Borgia, right? And it says, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them, because Israel always done that. Here's Psalms 106 and 35. And when you read that, Israel was supposed to go destroy the nations. And it says, I go back up to 33. Because they provoked his spirit so that he spake unadvisedly with his lips. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, right? But mingled among the heathen and learned their works. It said they mingled among the heathen and they were taught their works. They exercised their works, man. So I mean they practiced their works, man. Their labors, their business, their deeds, the way they handle things, right? Verse 36, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yeah, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils. And that's our people, man. And they still doing it to today. 2016, they still sacrificing their kids unto Molech, man. They still doing it, man. Believing in this Roman pagan system. Even it's set up to where you in captivity. You're sending your kids to these schools, right? Indoctrinate them to this Roman system way of life just by sending them to the schools and whatnot. And it says back in Deuteronomy 12:30, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them, and that thou inquire not after their gods. You don't inquire after their gods. Don't be trying to seek after their gods, trying to know like their names and their figures and what their form and their figures and whatnot. Your power is Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And it says, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Don't be worried about what manner, basically, of worship that they gave them, or what rites and customs in the ceremonies, that they use in admiration of their gods. Don't be trying to do the same customs. Be worried about how did they do this and that. You have your blueprint on how you serve your power. You have your law, statutes, and commandments. So follow them, man. And it says, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise. So it's a danger, man. It's danger when you follow after those other gods. That's all it leads to, man. It's going to lead to your destruction. So I'm gonna read one more scripture. Well, no, I'm gonna get one in the Apocrypha first. How they conform. Let me see. This is First Maccabees. First Maccabees 1:41. It says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all shall be one people. Right? This new world order. Verse 42, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. right? So a lot of them went against their own laws, statutes, and commandments, and start following these damn Edomites. It said it right there in Psalms 106 what they did, man. They served them other gods, man. And it says, for the king had sent letters by messengers into Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days and pollute the sanctuary and the holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of the idols, and sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts. These unclean beasts were, the groves were the churches, right? And the unclean beasts were like frogs. They eat, like today they eat frogs, shrimps, lobsters. They be eating alligator, squirrel. Those are unclean beasts also. And our people are doing that right to today, man. You know? It says, verse 48, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation. It says, to the end they might forget the law and change all ordinance. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said that they should die. So if you didn't go along with forgetting your laws and going along with the king, the Edomite laws, they would kill you. So that was a decree put out there by Antiochus, man. So our people are still doing it to today, man. They follow, you know. That's why you don't see a lot of men on the highways and byways pushing this truth. Because all of 2/3, man, they consent into the Roman system, you know. And this is Romans 12. Romans 12 and let me see where it's at. Romans 12 and 2. And be not conformed to this world, right? It says be not conformed to this world, meaning don't pattern yourself after what everybody's doing. Just because everybody in America trying to be homosexuals and lesbians and bestiality and being murderers and thieves, that don't mean you pattern and fashion yourself after them, man. Don't pattern yourself after that. Have your own mind and your own character, your own mind to think upon your how about Shem Yahushai, man. You know, don't fasten alike after this system, man. Because America it's an abominable place, man. You know, and it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed, right? Be ye transformed, meaning a metamorphosis. Transform is literally figures of metamorphosis, a change, right? By the renewing of your mind. That renewing is being renovating. When you renovate something, what do? If you renovate a building, you clean it out. You take all the bad stuff out and you make new, you make better, so that building can make a profit. So when you renew your mind, you thinking up on your how about Shem Yahushai, and you asking for forgiveness for sins to cleanse your mind clear, and so you can think up on your how about Shem Yahushai and stay with the laws, the statutes, and the blueprints that he's giving you, man, so that you can make a profit. By the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good, right? You may prove what's good, which examine, improve, and scrutinize yourself, basically. You know, and being able to discern what's going on in these scriptures. That what's good, you know, what's honorable, what's upright. It says, and acceptable, meaning what? Well pleasing to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and perfect, the perfect, right? The complete will of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. his desires, his pleasure. His will is his desires and his pleasures, man. So that's what you're doing. Don't conform. Don't be like the rest of the world, man. You gotta basically do what's pleasing to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. You know, renewing your mind, man. Basically like straightening your shit out. You know, cleaning all this filth out that you come in the truth with, and just walking this straight and narrow path, being upright and complete, man. That's what you're doing, you know. That's basically what you're doing, man. You know. So, hey, with that, man, just got a call from the brother. I'm gonna see if he wanna say anything on the camera. Maybe he do, maybe he don't. You know. But that's what. Hey, shalom, brother. I was just doing a lesson. I was just doing a lesson right quick on conformity, man. So I'm on the camera live right now. Yeah, I just read Romans 12:2 and Deuteronomy 12:29-30. If you want to say anything on it, I read the scripture. You know, I got you on speaker. I can put you up to the camera, but if you don't, then I'm gonna close the class out. I had went over Romans 12:2. I had read the word conformity means being in compliance to other laws, other people's laws and their statutes and their standards. So I was saying Israel has always done that, right? Conform to the laws of the other nations and join into those idols. I read Psalms 106:35, and then I went into Maccabees, the first chapter, 41st verse, how they conform to the standards of Antiochus and them, and they doing it now, and Israel is doing it now. Basically, in America, man, they conforming to the compliance to the laws, statutes that Esau and them got, instead of staying with the laws, statutes, commandments that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has put out for them.
Israel was gonna play out the part in the prophecy. They was gonna do that because when you go into the history, like even during the time of the Babylonian Empire, when Cyrus told them, you know, gave them that decree to go back to the land of Israel, you had Israelites that stayed back in Babylon that didn't want to leave their possession. So if they stayed back in Babylon and didn't want to leave their possession, what do you think they did? Eventually their kids grew up there and they were teaching the kids the customs of Babylon eventually. But over a period of time, that's what happened. Israel started losing their customs, you know? And then going into the a little bit let me see, going into the Persian in the League, right? No, I take that back. Going back during the time of the captivity of the Northern Kingdom, going back that far, you had one of the kings of Assyria take I want to say took at least about I want to say at least about 30,000 Israelites and set them in the land of the Medes. Okay? During the Northern Kingdom time. So that's why that's another reason why they had to come over here and keep their custom, but they left it. But just going into a little part of that, Israel, every time they went into captivity among the nations, they always took on the philosophy
other nations.
You know? And that's just part of the history of Israel. But that's why the Most High was always angry at Israel, because what they would do is they would take on the nation custom worshiping them nations idols, and the Most High be totally pissed at them. And if Israel was a cheat on them, that's spiritual fornication.
Spiritual fornication. Wisdom of Solomon 14.
So going into the future, just looking at that and them being conformed to the ways of the world, meaning them even ways, it's easy when you understand history and look at Israel today and apply them scriptures they doing the same thing that they was doing in the ancient time. They didn't listen to the statute laws and commandments of the Heavenly Father. They were always doing something contrary. So going into the New Testament, when you look at them Greeks, when they mention about the Greeks, those are Israelites who over periods of time had learned the ways of the so-called Greeks, because you know Alexander took that name from the Japhetic people. Okay, the original Greeks was Japhetic people. Okay, those were the original Greeks, but you know Alexander took that name, and them Edomites took that name and put it upon themselves. But as you was reading, like you talking about in Maccabees, that's what they did, man. They left the statute laws and commandments and was conformed to the ways of the world. Whatever power was ruling, that's what Israel dealt with, man. That's what Israel dealt with, man. And they forsook the Most High. And here we are today, going through the same situation. That's why the scripture says it's a high time to wake up out of sleep. You know, because the ways of the world and the heathens that rule Esau, which are their biblical nationalities, the so-called white people, it's high time to wake up out of sleep and don't be partakers of those heathen customs and come back to the statute law and commandments, because that's what's life. Even the commandments of the Heavenly Father, there was always penalties behind it. And when the Lord and when the Heavenly Father sent His Son, what you think He's gonna do? He don't change, so it's gonna be penalties behind, because you forsook His word and didn't believe on His Son. So you gotta pay for not following and believing in His Son through faith. So it's gonna be penalties behind it.
Big penalty.
You know? But, you know, that's all I had to say about that. You know, Lord willing, it's edifying. To the younger brothers who listen, you gotta come back to your nationality. You gotta embrace Yahweh with God. Because there's nothing else. There's nothing else, man. All these rulership, when you go into Daniel the 7th chapter, it was prophesied that them heathens was gonna rule, man. It was prophesied, man. Anytime Israel went into captivity upon them, they always took on their customs, man. So when you understand the history, you know, look, this thing right here ain't gonna last forever, man. This is a sinking ship, and it's time to wake up. And rules them. It's a sinking ship, and it's time to wake up. You know? But that's all I got. You know, Lord willing, it was edifying for his brother. You know?
Hey, with that, man, all praises. Hey, that was a brother, you know, putting in, hey, you know, help edifying Israel, man. That's what we doing, man. That's our jobs, man. So with that, man, all praise be Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, elders of GMS who rule well, and Brakatham to all you Akim that's out there pushing this truth on the four corners of the globe. Truth, the sincerity, and strength of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. GMS Arkansas, just stop and listen. Shalom.